Hello, welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports. Today we're going to talk about a pro cyclist that I follow, maybe you should follow on social media, and, his exploits while he races, hopefully, again. Okay, so who we're talking about today is Egan Bernal, and Egan is a Colombian cyclist. He's 23 years old. And on the 24th of January, thereabouts, he was doing a time trial workout with his three to four other mates. And by all accounts, he ran into a stopped bus. And he was going over 50K an hour, so 30-something miles an hour. And some of the videos that I have seen with people that were interviewed, some are police captains or chiefs, some are bystanders, and some that claim to be eyewitnesses. When they show the road, I mean, it just looks like a very busy road, a shoulder, and when they show the scene of the accident, I mean, there's this huge dent on the back of the bus. Well, anyway, so when they show this area, it looks like there's no designated bus stop. And so I guess, and of course, I don't know exactly. So please, if you have better information, make a comment down below. But it looks like it wasn't a designated bus stop. A bus pulled over. There were some folks getting on, getting off, something like that. And, Egan was in the bars, and I guess wearing time trial helmet, whatever. And he lost focus. And I've been holding off on making this video because the facts aren't solidified, if you will. And so I didn't want to spread any rumors, but I'm thinking that at the rate of speed he was going, he was focused on his interval or training, and he runs into the back of a stopped bus. Now, there's a couple of things going on here, right? So obviously, high-speed crashes when you're a cyclist and you don't hit a moving vehicle, you don't hit a stationary object, guardrail, tree, car, in this case a bus, you're able to slide and tumble and slide some more. The worst accident for a cyclist, motorcyclist, is when you are traveling at a high rate of speed and you hit a stationary object. And this was the case for Egan. Now, there is enough evidence out there that if you're riding along and you tumble and you slide and you get an opportunity to dissipate all that energy, you will come out with a lot of road rash, a torn kit, but you can generally get back on the bike and keep going. I am here to tell you that a slow speed fall is worse. I crashed at about 12 miles an hour. Just basically fell over to the side when I hit a diagonal speed bump and broke my right femur, and yet my clothing, nothing was torn, you couldn't tell, but that's a story for another day. So he hits a solid object. Now, by all accounts, it was 20 different bones on his body that he broke. The majority were upper part here, so he broke 11 ribs. He broke some vertebrae. Let me see if I can give you the inventory. 11 ribs, a femur, kneecap, T5, T6, C2. Broke a one finger in one hand and a thumb in the other, it seems. And he also lost a tooth. So just a lot of trauma. And there was a 95% chance that he was to be paralyzed. And so, of course, we're all cycling fans, and we want him to return to racing, or we want him to at least enjoy the thing that we like to do, and maybe even as a pastime to ride his bike. So the first thing we need to do is just make sure that he can rehab. And why I finally decided to post the video today is that on Instagram, he posted a video of himself walking, neck brace. I think it's even going along his torso. And I've broken 4 ribs before, and it is very difficult to breathe, and or breathe deeply. So you have to breathe. They give you this this contraption that has a bunch of bubbles in it, and there's different tubes, and you're supposed to, inhale, keep the bubbles up to a certain level, and and keep doing breathing exercises. But so you have this uncomfortableness of trying to breathe, sneeze, laugh. Laughing is very, very painful. Getting in and out of bed, I would roll out of bed. I can't imagine if mine was 4, his is 11 broken ribs. I mean, how many are there in the first place? Like 14 or 12 or something like that. So we have that. We have the femur issue. We have the kneecap issue. And it's 2 weeks. And there's a video of him walking. So I don't know. Maybe things are looking up for this gentleman. And, as a cycling fan, we're looking at other people who have crashed. Now, what you may not know also is that my whole family is Colombian except for my grandfather, my maternal grandfather. So when he won the Tour, and he was the first Colombian to ever win the Tour at the age of 21 in 2019, Colombia went just nuts. And of course I did as well. And had my father been alive, even though he didn't like cycling, he was more of a soccer fan. But I'm sure the national pride would have taken over. But the country went wild, and then in 2020 he had some really bad back issues. So okay, yeah, that's right. So this is a gentleman who is 21, 22 years old, already was suffering from back issues and the like. So in 2019 he wins the Tour. 2020 he DNFs, did not finish. He DNFs the 2020 Tour. Because of just back issues, and he couldn't produce power, he says, and everyone else was up the road. Then in 2021, he wins the Giro d'Italia. So that's another of the Grand Tours. So there's 3 Grand Tours. The Vuelta a España is the one that's left for him. There's only, 7 riders who've ever won all 3 Grand Tours. And he was poised to compete in the Vuelta in 2022. At least that was the rumor, that since he'd already won the Tour, and Tadej Pogačar is ridiculously strong. No one can beat him, it seems. So he rode the Giro in 2021, and in 2022 he's going to ride the Vuelta. Anyway, if we look at other people who've had some pretty serious crashes, like Chris Froome, there was another Colombian cyclist, Soler. These people have had really traumatic crashes, and they've not come back. So when he first crashed, I was like, oh no. So young, 23, and his career at the elite level is over. But anyway, we need to just think back to the fact that he is alive. He is not paralyzed. And at least it looks like from 2 weeks from the accident, it looks like he can now, start to rehab and start to live a normal life. Whether he gets up back on the bike, whether he has any more amazing triumphs out on the road, that remains to be seen. But follow him on Instagram. He's either him or his publicist or someone. They're very active, and they give you updates. Hit those notifications. And if you want to follow a hashtag, it's Fuerza Egan. So Fuerza Erzaegan. So fuerza means strength. Egan is his name. It's not Egan Bernal, by the way. Egan as in egg, because the E in Spanish is always eh. All right. Not like in English where you have an E for teeth and you have an E for egg, and the E sounds differently. In Spanish, the E always sounds the same, eh. So, Egan Bernal, please follow him. Please like and subscribe to this channel, and I'll keep you updated so you don't have to search all social media and find out what's going on with him, because he's one of my favorite cyclists, and I do wish that he recovers 100%. Okay, thank you so much. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you up the road.